Hey guys, welcome back. I'm a little late this week. Sorry so much about that, but it's been a little odd here personally, and I have not been able to kind of get in here like I wanted to. Just don't have a whole lot of new stuff rolling in my head, so I've kind of been playing for a couple of days now. Or actually this entire week, trying to make elements because I want to start making more than flowers and makumigani. And what do we have today though? Is a flower. So let me show you kind of what I've made. So I have just been taking colors of clay and making a bunch of these. The colors are so awesome. They're so pastel-y. And we got some green and some more kind of blues. So we've been working on a bunch of these, and again we're working on a bunch of components because I want to get a bunch of components so I can put together either in focal, or I was thinking of making a ring top. You know, just making little things to add into one bead. And that's been kind of difficult, but I want to make a bead that's really colorful. So I cut out a bunch of these, and then the next video we're just going to make canes that we can wrap around with these and stuff like that, and just get all kinds of fun stuff done. Now, I saw this color. I do not like green, as you guys know. I like a dark green, but I'm still not a green fan. But forest green mixed with white is like, the simplest thing you can think of doing, but it gives you the most beautiful turquoise blue. And I don't know, while making one of these yesterday, I'm like, you know what, this would look so pretty in a flower. So that's what I'm going to attempt today. But I have to condition some of this clay because forest green I don't use, so it's a little hard. It's amazing the colors you don't like, and then you just mix something with it and it turns out to be the absolutely beautiful color. So we're just going to reduce and throw it through the pasta machine and get this nice and soft. I'm rolling it at a number 3 because it just makes it go a heck of a lot faster. Now we're going to throw those in there. And back to a number 0. And usually when I make my flowers, I usually make 2 big ones of these. And if I'm using like 3 colors, then I'll just make 2. If I'm making the smaller ones, I usually do like 4, but I think I'm going to do 3 on this today. And yes, I don't really worry about how perfect it is, because it's all going to get smushed together anyways. So I've been working on some new cutters. I've got some new rollers. So we've just kind of been tying up loose ends pretty much all week. Our economy sucks, and I keep hearing the opposite on the news, but our economy right now sucks. Completely honest about that. So I've been trying to get some new product up, and probably going to sell some glass rods. So if any of you are into making glass beads, let me know and I'll take you to the site that I sell my glass rods at. Alright, so now we're just going to grab some white here. Actually, we need a lot because we're going to also use this in the center. I've been using so much white lately. Alright, so I'm going to go 2 to 1 here. And we're going to see how that looks. I'll show you the pretty color that it ends up being. Kind of more like a, I guess you can call it, I don't know if it's a turquoise green. I like to say it, but it still looks, I mean, if you look at it, this is green. But when you mix it with white, it turns blue. That is not green. So it's just weird how it does that. I was not expecting to get a turquoise blue out of this. Maybe it's got some green undertones. To me, it's more blue. Oops. And you can go light on this. You can go dark on this. But I mean, look at that. Isn't that just the prettiest color? I just love it. So I'm going to add another big chunk because I need 3 of these. So we're going to add another big chunk of white here. And then I'll add blue to that. Or not blue, green. To get my blue. So I will do this and hit pause. I have a couple small orders that came in that I'm working on. So I'm going to go see if my prints are done. Okay, so you can go light if you want. See, and instead of getting any kind of green, it just turns this beautiful light turquoise. I absolutely love this color. It's probably one of my favorites. And it's beachy too. Alright guys, so I want to mix that up more. Look at it, isn't that weird? It's just weird. It's green and then blue. I just don't get it. It blows my mind. One of those days today. Doesn't take much to amuse me. Alright, let me go check my orders. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we are back. We have 3 of each, and we're going to try and make a watercolor flower. We haven't made one of those in a long time. And yes, this I'm just going to go ahead and, now that it's all nice and soft, reduce this. So I just put it like in a teardrop shape. Printers are giving me a little bit of a hard time this morning, and I already had to fix one of them last week. So it's just been like, when it rains, it pours. Give me 1 second. I try and do my videos when I don't have orders, but when you got a little bit of time to yourself, you got to take it, you know, as you get it. And I want a little more white on this one. So it's going to be a little noisy in here because I've got all three of them running. So you're always looking, you're always getting up, and always checking on them, because if you don't, you end up with like this big glob with strings hanging everywhere, and yeah, it could get crazy. I don't usually have that many problems with my printer, but sometimes they can just all have issues the same day. Alright, so trying to push this so that it's flat on top. Okay. Alright, so now we are going to flatten this a little bit before we put it in the pasta machine. You would think white would push out farther, because white is always so much softer, but okay. I think that could be thin enough. I'm trying to control this a little better than I normally do. So if you go slow instead of always being in a rush, it's just something I tend to do a lot. See, the one thing about this is sometimes it just, when I do it that way, sometimes you don't get the mixture of color that I want. I made these so that I can use 3 colors, but I'm thinking of doing 2 inches instead of 3. But if you do that, it's like a puzzle, you know. So I haven't decided if I'm going to put these up for sale yet. I may, but thought it would be easier, and I forgot all about them before the video, or I probably would have used them. So this is the issue, is we always have that one color that kind of sneaks above everything else. So we are going to go ahead and reduce this, or not reduce it, we're just going to blend it until we get a nice blend going. And then we will come back and start putting our flower together. So we'll be back in a bit. Alrighty, up and checking again. So got a couple more things to check. I'll try and keep that to a minimum here. Alright, so we got a really nice long piece here. So I'm going to gather it all together. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pick it up and put it in my hands just yet. Now if you want, as you're rolling this up, you can put little, like, very thin strings of clay in the middle of this, and it'll look like you have like some stamen in there. But I'm making this a watercolor. I don't want to do that. Boy, I just love the bottom color. I'm not so keen on the top color. We're just going to kind of cut this in half. Put the leftovers over here. Okay. Alright, so now yeah, I'm thinking, because I kind of want to make this into a circle. Oh, not a circle, round cylinder. Because I kind of want to mix this. Wow, I just went completely blank. This might not work the way I wanted it to. I should have did one separate of these. Just the green and the white, and the other one would have been the lighter green. I wanted to separate them, so I messed up on that. So we're gonna have to go a different way here, and hopefully this works out just as well. If not, it'll still be pretty, but not exactly what I was going for today. Okay, so we're just gonna reduce this because I want 4 pieces. So we're just gonna get it to 4 inches. Or 6 pieces, I don't know yet. Should still give me the same effect. At least I'm hoping it will. If not, again, it'll still be a pretty flower, just not what I was planning. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about my ends right now. It's been so long since I made one of these that I guess I kind of forgot how to do it. And yes, I planned on going, on Amazon today and getting me some blades. Okay, so now we're going to do this. Yeah, this is going to be completely different. Oh well, so it's a new flower. Because I've never made one like this before. Okay, so there's one. There's 2. Now we're going to do this one where the green is on top. Bigger than that one needs to be. Okay. So, uh-oh. You're kidding me, right? Oh my my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be one of these days. I needed 2 with that and 2 with that. But guess what? That is not... Oh, no, that's right. Right? Because you got the green on the top. Yeah, I know I did that right. I don't get that. So you wanted the blue on the bottom. Oh, it's just weird. Everything is just weird. Like, no, that's not how it's supposed to go. It needs to go like that. Gosh darn it. Never mind, guys. I hope you're not following along on this one. It looks to be one of those days today. Just unbelievable. I don't know how I managed that, but it is what it is. Again, it's been a long time since I've made this, and sometimes I need to revisit my own videos to remember. It's all going to get squished in together anyways. But basically what this should have been was 2 separate canes. One with this dark green and white, and the other one would have been this like turquoise color with white. And then I would have put them upside down like this. So that didn't happen, obviously. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get the same effect out of this one. But it's kind of too late anyways to do anything about it. Okay, so if you want a straight edge, which you really don't have to have one, you can cut off a little bit here. And cut off a little bit here. Yeah, see, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter here. Alright, so now we're just going to reduce this. So we're squishing it in, and we're going to be reducing this out this way. And that will hopefully give us the lines that we're looking for. Okay, and when you reduce this, you got to be mindful of the ones in the middle and make sure that they're squishing as well as the rest of them. So you might have to do it up and down like this until you get it out to a certain length, and then start pulling. Okay, so I have one more print that's ready. I've got a machine that's stopped. I think that's okay. All right, I got 2 that are done. So let me see if I can go ahead and get one more order out before the day ends, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we've got this kind of reduced. Sorry I had to put you on pause a couple times, but yeah, first things first, I needed to get my orders out, which I am all completed now. So now we can concentrate on this. So I'm taking this to 3 inches, and then we're just going to cut it, put it together, take it to another 3 inches, and we're just going to keep cutting it almost to where I want it. I gave it a couple of seconds to kind of harden up a little bit. It was getting really soft. Yeah, I know. This looks really weird. Again, not what I was going for at all. But it's going to be an interesting flower when it's done. Alright. I may just have to start all over, right? I could see this in a Makumi Gani cane. These two colors. And these two with some purple and stuff like that might be really pretty. That might have to be our next video. And isn't it funny, I keep saying I don't want to do any more flowers in Makumi Gani, but I do. Because it takes so long just to get the elements together for all the other stuff that I want to do. Which I still need to put into something. I haven't made jewelry in a while. Alright, we're going to keep those back ends together. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work, guys. It's got to work into something, though, because that's a lot of clay to have to waste. But I'm pretty sure I'll have a lot of turquoise, won't I, if it doesn't work. So, we're going to do 2 more cuts, and then we'll see. See what happens. I'm going to go 1 more. One thing cool about making flower canes is it can look not so great when they're in a big form like this, but when you reduce it into the flower, it seems like all those imperfections just kind of go away. Alright, so I'm going to take it to 3 inches. But I'm not sure if I'm going to go 1 more or not. I am. I'm going to go 1 more cut. Now, if I made it right, then this is where I probably would have stopped. I don't know. Now, either way, I had to go to 3 inches. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to look at this and see if I want to go one more or just leave it alone. Alright, we're going to leave it alone, and the only reason I'm leaving it alone is because we're going to have to take it back to 6 inches anyways, because I'm going to put some little thingies in the middle. And I'm probably going to go black. Okay. So we may end up having to do this 2 more times just because. I'm going to put some black here in the middle. So on this one, it's basically about this white line right there. Okay, and I'm just going to go solid black, which I thought I had out here. Being really good at putting things away, and then I need them, and so a weird thing that happened, I guess it was yesterday, so I don't know, I got this Adopt-A-Pet app or whatever, and I'd look on it every now and then, and you know, whether we decide to get another Jack Russell or not, because they're really great dogs. They really are. And I don't like little dogs, but I'll tell you, that Bandit kind of tugged on our heartstrings, you know. So anyways, I was on there yesterday, and I found this dog that looked like it could have been Bandit's twin. Same age, down in Moreno Valley, which is about 2 hours away from us. And the post was posted 4 weeks ago, which is exactly when Bandit passed away. And I don't know if it's, you know, the girl's landlord problems. She had to move, and she couldn't take the dog with her, and stuff like that. But it was posted, like I said, 4 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, great. So I put a request in yesterday. You know, I would love to meet the dog, and kind of told her, you know, about Bandit and stuff like that. And I haven't heard anything back, and I'm just, you know, I'm praying that the dog never made it to the pound, because that's where she had nobody to watch it, and she didn't want to go to the pound. But I mean, the post is still up there, so I don't know how well they upgrade, but it was updated 4 weeks ago when the post was made. That was the last time. So I don't think the dog is there anymore, and I'm just sitting there going, okay, God, why did you put that? Why did you have to put that in my face? You know, why am I having to see this post? Because, I mean, seriously, she took a bunch of pictures of him, and I mean, the mannerisms, everything was like Bandit. Just the way he looked at you. Same markings, pretty much white and black. It was just amazing. So, again, I put in an application and stuff like that. Haven't heard. Maybe I'm expecting it to happen too quick. But then, yes, I'm back at yelling at God. And why would you do that? Why would you put that dog in my sights if there was no way to save him? So it was just, I could not get this dog out of my mind all day yesterday. And I showed a picture to my husband, and he's like, is that Bandit? And I'm like, no, I found this online. He's like, are they getting rid of it? And I said, yes. You know, he went camping for the weekend. They go riding in the desert, him and his buddies. So, you know, and that's what I told him. I go, yeah. And I showed the picture to my son. I showed the picture to my daughter. And they all thought it was Bandit. I mean, he looks that close to Bandit. So then I'm thinking, God, do I want to take in another dog? Because Bandit, as a terrier, like to run, right? And it's like, I don't want to have to teach another dog, you know, not to run and stuff like that. Am I going to worry about this one as much as I did Bandit, getting out? Can't go on vacation, you know, without having to worry about, hey guys, make sure that you close the door, you know, so the dogs don't get out, because Makita won't go anywhere. But even if she don't go anywhere, I still worry about her. So, I don't know. I said, you know what, if it happens and is meant to be here, then great. But now I'm worried about what happened to the dog, you know. If she didn't get rid of it, what happened to it? And it's just, the cycle is just a pain. But as far as life, it's getting a little easier. You know, I do have my moments still. I don't know if Makita's okay. She seems to be just in her own little world. So, I don't know. But, so if you guys are the praying type, if that dog is still available, let me hear from them soon. I don't want the dog to end up in the pound. I even checked the Moreno Valley pound just to see, and it didn't come up. So, and I don't know if it's being fostered by somebody right now. It says private owner. So I think she's the one that was rehoming. No fee or anything like that, which is kind of bad, because then sometimes, unfortunately, you get the wrong people wanting your pet. So, I don't know, guys, but it just really depressed me even more yesterday evening when I still hadn't heard, and I'm like, you know, maybe she doesn't get on that site very often, but I wish she would, you know, or maybe she found somebody to take her. I don't know, or him. It was a boy. But, yeah, so that kind of threw me down a spiral and then back down into the rabbit hole yesterday. So, and I've had a couple videos made, and they've just been all out there that I did not put any of them online, and I probably won't, because, again, it's just, my mood lately is just, it's been horrible, and there's been problems here at home. Actually, there's always been problems here at home, but it kind of reared its ugly head, and it just was a really bad week. You know, my sales are slow. I'll be honest about that. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting 5-star reviews. I know it's not my Cuttters. I know everybody with the election and the high grocery prices and just everything is making it difficult for anybody. And I get that, but it's like, okay, but how do I pay my bills? I'm no part of our household account. I use that for grocery shopping. I don't touch it. Everything that I buy, every bill that I have, I pay for. You know, I pay the utilities around here, the phone, the TV, the cable. You know, but out of my account, I won't have a joint account, because I had that once, and he went to the bank one day and closed it and put his name on it without even telling me. So I opened up a personal account, and I've never gone back. And he keeps telling me, you know, get rid of your personal account, and you shouldn't have your own account, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not going back there. You know, and he plans to retire in 8 months. And guys, I don't know where I'm going to be in 8 months. I don't think I'm going to be following him on his retirement journey, because he's already made it clear that it's his retirement journey, not ours. And again, just so much has been going on. And it feels good right now to get back in here. And I've got to learn to let things go and not worry so much, but it's in my blood. All right, so where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I want to do 1.5 inches and 6 petals, I need, I think, 9 inches, right? So 3 would be 2, 6. 9 would be 6. All right, so we need 9 inches. So I think we can do this. Yeah, I don't like to share too much personal stuff online, but sometimes, you know, you just got to release it. And I don't want to tell my kids, and my kids are my best friends. I have friends, but a lot of them moved away. So it's not like we get to see each other very often. They're dealing with their own struggles, you know. So that's why I have a website called Me and the Mutts, because it's pretty much me and the mutts. You know, I see the grandkids very rarely. And right now, as you know, they're going through a bunch of stuff right now, and they're living with, living with his mother-in-law, which lives in his guest house that he built her, because their entire house is like right now gutted out. So I don't want to visit and infringe on her place because she's dealing with multiple myeloma, and I just don't want to do that. So I asked my son if he'd maybe bring the kids down and let's go out to dinner or something, and had a great conversation with them. And then once I asked him that, it kind of stopped. Mind you, he was at work, so I'm hoping that's why he didn't get back to me. But getting my son to email me or text me as hard as it is, so I don't know what to think. So if I go off topic or anything like that, just understand I don't mean to. It just kind of comes out, right? I'm at that age where my filter is gone. All right, so I looked at the top of this flower. I didn't show it to you. You might have took a glimpse of it, but it's actually a really pretty flower. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, it's not what I was going for, but it's okay. So I'm going to cut it 1.5, and then 3, and 4.5, and 6, and then 7.5. Okay, so it turned out really nice. But my issue is going to be keeping these petals nice and round. So I might end up adding, oh no, you know what else I didn't do? Arg, 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 arg. If I do this separate together like this, all of this is going to blend in. I never wrap these. So that's okay. That's an easy one to fix. Because all you need is some green. And because I'm not going to be reducing this too much, I'm going to take it to a 5. And I just drop the clay on my ground, and of course, dog hair everywhere now. And then I got to figure out a center for this. I don't know what color to put for the center. I'm thinking a nice, bright, you know what? Oh yeah, I think we need to make a nice little orange center. So we will make a Skinner blend of that in a second. Okay. So you want to make sure you put this on really tight, which I never do, or you'll get little air bubbles. Oh, still too long. Okay. I could go to a number 6 or something like that. I never cut these right. But I'm still going to have to reduce it one more time. So I think a 5 is probably safe. And I know that I just cut this out the size that it's supposed to be, but it ended up growing on me here. I might be in San Diego. Ah, darn it, Irene. Later this month, because I have my sister-in-law that's dealing with breast cancer right now. So I may go up there just to help her out a little bit after surgery and get away for a little bit. Well, guys, I'm sorry for that. My phone just went completely dead. Thank goodness for ultra fast charging. So 5 minutes, we got it to 20%. This is our flower. Look at those colors. Aren't those pretty? So now, gonna make this center here. Hi, Makita. Just followed me in. It's windy as all heck out there, and I know she wants to go for a walk soon. All right, so let's kind of give that a little bit more here. And I want to put something around the side. So now I got to decide, do I want like a black and white? Do I want a yellow or blue or even a pink and purple? I think that purple looked really good. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to go 2 inches, 2 inches. That can be for another project. Okay. So I could see this going right there. But do I want to wrap it with a purple? That would be too close. No. I could do this really pretty green. I'm going to do the green. I may not like it, so I may end up taking it apart. But we're going to go green. Okay, so we're just cutting off the edges here. And this is going to be really thin, because this is so small. I don't think I'll need more than 2. But I could be wrong. I am most of the time, aren't I? Alrighty. Let me make sure this is perfect, okay? I don't care if this is longer. I can fix that easily. Alright, I guess we need one more piece. And again, we're going to go kind of thin. Put right there. Oh, look at that. I didn't have to cut anything off of there, did I? Alright, so now we're going to see if we even like it. So we could have even done black too, but I don't know. I think this is going to look good. I just don't know how small. Obviously, it's going to be really small. So if I want all these to touch, all right. All right, so we got a long way to go here. I'm not going to roll it because I will probably lose a lot of this. So I'm just trying to gauge. It's probably about a ½ inch. Maybe a little smaller than ½ inch. Ah, look at that. This is what I want to make, is just some bright and cheerful beads, which is why I did all that. So I definitely am going to be making more of those. You know, I want to make a bead that's just covered in pretty stuff. It's still too big. So that's what we've been slowly trying to work on off camera, is just making a bunch of colorful canes. And I don't know if you guys want to see me make the canes. If you do, let me know. And we will do them live. Or not live, but we'll do them online. A lot of time I just come in here when I need to get away from everything else. And so I turn on a crime podcast and off I go. Okay, I think that's going to be perfect. Alrighty, so obviously we have to pack this with translucent, but I'm wondering if there's a way I don't know, to add a little bit of translucent to the outside, just because of the fact that, I don't know, I think I reduce a little too hard, and it ends up having a straight edge on top instead of rounded. So I don't know if I'm packing it wrong or if I'm just extremely heavy-handed. And I have got a spider that just decided to crawl by me. I'm not a spider person. So give me a second. And he's gone. Oh, there he is. I'm sorry, dude, but I'm not a spider person. And I think I killed you. I'm sorry if I killed you. Didn't mean to kill you. But nope, I don't like spiders. Obviously, black widows are notorious out here. And nope. don't do spiders. And its bad thing is I think I killed it, but it wasn't in the towel. So I think it hit the floor. So hopefully it hit the floor and it's not alive, or it's going to come after me. All right, so this one's a little off. Okay, so I'm gonna reshape him now. It's just like he seems to be pointing in a different direction. Could be just because this is off. No, it definitely is pointing. So we'll do that. Might not be anything I can do about it. I'm just trying to okay. All right, this one. Wow. So for screwing up a flower, or the way I initially wanted to make it, I didn't really screw it up, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. It actually turned out okay. And I just absolutely love this green. Okay, so we got a little bit of space, which is good, because once we start packing it, it's going to take up that space. So I'm going to grab some translucent. I'm going to roll some out and condition it. And then we will come back and we're going to pack this baby. So I'll be right back. Guys, so we've got a translucent here. And we're going to start packing this. So your biggest issue is making sure that your petals are all facing where they need to be. Yeah, I'm avoiding that one because I don't like it. It looks a little off. Okay, and as you can see how that space started to tighten up as you put these in. Okay, that one's not quite right. So we're going to squish that together. Okay, and then put it back. And this one's just a little bigger than the rest of them. Yeah, it's pretty thick. So okay, so see how that all goes in there. Darn it. I didn't want to do that. Okay, so that one kind of got sucked in a little bit. All right, so this is all facing the center. All right, turn it around. I'm going to make sure all those are facing the center. This one definitely is not. Okay, so now the big thing is when I start reducing it, I flatten this. I'm just wondering if there's a way to save that. So, the reason I'm not doing this off camera is we're going to try something. So we need to make a thick coat around it, right? But, oh, that's going to drive me crazy. Okay. So this is going to be ran at the thickest setting, which on my machine is a 0. Usually fold it in half. Hopefully, oh, we're almost there, but that should be fine for that. Okay, so that means I need a little more. I'll show you what we're going to do here. We're going to run this one through at a number 3. Any of you get blisters from using your pasta machine? Notice a little bit of pain, and notice now I have a blister. I don't think that's ever happened before. Alright, so we're going to do 1.5, and it doesn't have to be perfect, because I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm thinking, okay, I got an idea. If I bevel this, right, right there. I'm wondering if I pack each petal individually. I mean, if you spend this much time on your flower, you might as well do whatever you can to keep those petals. And I don't know if I really need this extra work, but I don't know, maybe it'll help. I've never tried this before. Boy, that wind out there is absolutely amazing. This whole week we've had some heavy winds. Had a couple fires start. Thankfully nothing real serious yet. I don't know if it was last year or it was the year before or something where May was just really cold like this. Because Memorial Weekend is usually so warm. But I think it was a couple years ago or maybe even last year that May was just really cool. See, it already seems like it it wants to flatten here. And that's what I'm trying to prevent, but I don't know if I can. I just don't know. Just gonna have to be really careful with reducing it, I guess. We have one more here. So I'm just gonna bevel the sides a little bit. And I'm still gonna cover it with a little bit more translucent. See, because now, obviously, it doesn't have that much around there. So I'm not going to do this as a number 1 like I normally do. I'm going to do this at a number 3. Okay. I hear you, Makita. I don't know why you're moaning. But okay, I hear you. One clean edge here. Yes, it likes to stick. I'll deal with that top edge once it's on. Either way, I think I'm going to be happy with this flower. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm on some kind of a color kick. I really am. I'm kind of liking it. Because I'm trying color combos that I would like literally never try. And amazed at how good those combos work together. Now if I could just learn placement, my life would be so much easier. Alrighty guys, so this is it. I'm not even going to worry about that piece. I don't know where it came from. See, the only problem now though is we got a little bit of indentation down here. Darn it. Okay, so we may have to fill that up now. So we got a little bit of extra. So I'm just going to run this at a number 0. We'll see how thick that is. Maybe a number 3. I don't think I need a 0. That's kind of what I was worried about, but I figured I wouldn't worry about it until after I wrapped it. And well, here we are. So let's just do this. And I don't know, I'm just going to cut off a little slice here and just put that in between where I fill the little dip right there. Is this gonna help? I don't know, but it is a little bit of a dip. And if this doesn't help, then I'm just going to go back to my normal way of doing it. Okay. Alrighty, now we can put this away. And I know you don't want to watch me reduce this thing. So I'm going to go reduce this. I'm going to try and go easy. You know. So if you could just press like on the inside of it, it would be great. But you have to reduce it all. So I'm not sure how we're going to do this, but we're going to see what happens. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Alrighty guys, well we've got a long flower. Look at that. How often do we make flowers with this much cane? Not gonna look. I had to look just for a bit, but I'm not looking. So let's cut all these up and then we'll hold them up and see what we ended up with. Got a little bit in the middle here that just couldn't get to thin out. So I'm just going to do a little more here. Doesn't want to cooperate here. But that's okay, we'll just have a couple canes that are a little thicker. I have to reduce them a lot smaller than this when I work with them anyways, so. I think we will have enough to sell if they turned out okay, right? I think I can go to about, I don't know, right there. Oh, guys, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. And my flowers are usually okay. And I'm not really bragging on my flowers as much as I'm bragging on the color choice. Look at those. Aren't those adorable? And this, my friends, is what I have to do more of. I have to start playing with color. And I get so nervous about it, but oh my gosh. These turned out so cute. So I am really pleased with this. And I'm really glad that I started on my journey of color with canes because, I don't know, now I want to play more. But I really like those. And yeah, I've got a ton of them. So I could probably put about 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe about 12 for sale. Because I'll only use a couple of them probably. But yeah, I really like the way those turned out. So there's a big one and a small one. So that's it for today, guys. I don't know. I want to make more flowers, obviously, now that I've made them. But I don't want to keep showing you guys flowers and makumigani. But it's all I know, you know. I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone. I'm trying to make more things. But it always ends up coming back to flowers and makumigani. So we are going to do a colorful cane. And basically what I'm going to do is, like I did today, is make a bunch of these. And since I've got all these colors out here, I'm just going to start mix and matching. And then I want to make some bright beads with these, you know. Or even a while ago, Donna Cato did a, like a mandala. So it would be kind of cool to make a bunch of canes for that and just try and figure out how to make one of those. Again, it has to do with placement, but if the placement has a pattern already, then I'm pretty good at following along. So we're going to see what we do. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Tomorrow is Easter, and this is probably going to go up tomorrow. So happy Easter for those that celebrate Orthodox Easter. I am not Orthodox. I'm baptized Orthodox, but I don't follow the faith or the religion, I guess. I don't know what you can call it, but I do follow the traditions of being Greek, and it is my roots and my heritage, and that will never change. So happy Easter for all of you guys that are celebrating tomorrow, and we will talk to you later. Bye.